Well, hello everyone. How are we doing this evening?
Good.
Welcome to tonight's virtual exhibit, Seeing Red. My name is Joanne Henig. I am one of the co-founders of Art Pavilion, and I am very delighted to have you with me tonight. I also have my business partner and partner in crime, Jessica Lempin, on the Zoom with us tonight, and we'll bring Jessica in a little bit towards the end of the virtual reception. Just wanted to remind everybody, if you could, very please mute your mics so that your voice is not coming over my voice at this time. But again, welcome to Seeing Red. Nice to have you with us, and really looking forward to this great exhibit. Just a little bit about Photo Art Pavilion. We are a online uh, art gallery for art photographers. We specialize in curating and procuring the sale of art photography across the US of A, and now we also have expanded into Europe and Australia. So welcome to all of those folks that may be on the call tonight. With Photo Art Pavilion, there's a lot that we offer. We offer the ability for art buyers to go through our wide selection, do some shopping. We offer our photographers a place to display their artwork affordably. We obviously do virtual exhibits, and we have other areas that we explore with artists when it comes to education, marketing, and some of the other things that we do to help all of us get along in this beautiful world of art photography. Meet the owners. I am Joanne Henig. I almost said I'm Jessica Lempin, but I am not. I am Joanne Henig. I am the CEO of Photo Art Pavilion. Jessica Lempin, COO. Jessica and I have been in business together since 2007. We launched a physical gallery in our local marketplace, and we became #1 in our local marketplace as an art gallery. We then transitioned to the virtual world with Photo Art Pavilion in 2019, and we have steadily grown and expanded our presence on the World Wide Web. We're very passionate about what it is that we do for art photographers because we, Jessica and I, are art photographers ourselves. So we hope that you enjoy what we're about to show you this evening. Again, I am the selected juror tonight, Joanne Henig. I've been working in the art photography space since '07 with Jessica professionally, but prior to that, I have always had a great passion for photography and how to enhance the art and make it beautiful for pieces that can hang on the wall. I have my entire home is an art gallery. So I do enjoy the craft. I enjoy taking something that's ordinary that comes out of the camera, playing around with it, post-production and so forth, and making it extraordinary. So I hope that at some point you get an opportunity to get over to Photo Art Pavilion and take a look at my portfolio, because I do have my work there as well. So Seeing Red, was a really great exhibit for me to go through. It stretched me a little bit. I was trying to explore a lot of different areas. I mean, the amount of work that came in for this exhibit was over 300 art pieces. I would have to say that they really wowed me one after the other. But what we, Jessica and I, tried to do with each of these virtual exhibits is keep the presentation to about 50-55, no more than 60, so that we can go through all the selections and have keep the show to a 30-minute, I'm sorry, a 1 hour presentation. But at the same time, there are some pieces that I would have really loved to squeeze into the show, and I just couldn't get them there. What I tried to do with my selection process was to really speak to the title of the exhibit, which is Seeing Red. Just because red is in the frame doesn't mean that that is what I was seeing. Okay, so red had to speak to me as part of the story of the entry, and then the clarity and all the other great things that I like to look for: story, composition, and things of that nature. So going forward, that was really my process with bringing Seeing Red to all of you tonight, and I hope that you enjoy my selection. And as I always say when I do these things, If you're in the exhibit, fantastic. If you're not in the exhibit, that means nothing. We all of you, I give you big kudos for taking the opportunity to enter into an exhibit. It takes a little bit of nerve, a little bit of guts to get into just entering an exhibit, and whether you're chosen or not chosen, your pieces are not all of your pieces are chosen. That means nothing. I think it means a lot that you put your work out there, you put yourself out there, and you take a shot at growing in your art photography. So now what I'd like to do is I'd like to move forward with showing you the selections that I made as the juror for Seeing Red. First up is Dancing with Antimatter by David Day. What I loved about this piece, I do tend to gravitate a little bit these days towards abstract. This one, there was a lot of curiosity for me, and what I liked about this is, as I'm looking at this, I kind of see a pupil, like an eye. Now, whether that is what this is a photograph of or not, I'm not certain, but when I looked at this piece, the words "seeing red," I'm looking at this as being a pupil. Okay, so seeing back, looking back at me, basically. So I like the coloring on this. I like the abstract aspect of it, and I thought it was a really strong entry. So I want to thank you, David, for bringing this to the exhibit tonight. Precisely How She Felt After a Particularly Forgettable Date by Mark Scharfman. Well, thank you, Mark. I thought this was creative. I had a good amount of nudes that came into this exhibit, believe it or not, and I thought that this one was probably one of the most creative in the use of the color red and the creativity that went into this shot. There's obviously a studio presence happening here, the model and all of that, and I just thought that this was pretty creative when it came to utilizing the human body, the form of the human body, and with the hands all over and painted in red. So thank you, Mark, for your entry. Xmas in NYC by Anne McMahon. Cool shot. I loved the busyness of this, and there's an awful lot of red that I'm seeing in this. And again, there's something that's speaking back to me with all of the different characters or caricatures that were in this particular frame. I enjoyed studying this piece. I felt that there was a lot going on here with regard to, obviously, this to me looks like a window dressing that you see in the bottom right corner. Bergdorf Goodman in the bottom corner there. So yeah, this is a window dressing in New York City. Just beautiful and creative in the artistry that created the window piece to begin with, and then for the photographer to photograph it without having a ton of glare coming through off that windows, because windows do tend to shoot off a lot of glare back at you. But I thought this was creative and pretty, and I thought it was really seeing red. So thank you, Anne. Really appreciate that. Mattituck Barn by Kathy Metz. A nice, classic, clean, simple image of a red barn. Just one of those pieces that I felt that did speak to seeing red, as we're looking at this beautiful scene, the pretty grass field and all of that, but what stands out is the barn, and the fact that the barn has the red tone to it, I thought required this to be within our exhibit tonight. So thank you, Kathy, for participating in Seeing Red. Snack by Diana Kogos. Look how cute this little guy is. And I think he's seeing red more so than we're seeing red. He's got his eyes on that little berry that's in his beak, or her beak, and just really a great capture. When it comes to photographing wildlife, birds, things of that nature, it's very important to have the facial elements of the animal or the bird to be in focus and sharp and engaging with the lens, if you will. And I thought that this was a really great capture by the photographer. So thank you, Diana, for your entry. The Red Boat by Lynn Duran. I was hoping we'd have something like this. I thought this was just really, really great. The moodiness of the sky and the muted tones that are surrounding this awesome red boat in isolation in the scene was really great. It was kind of a minimalist look for me, and I felt like it really did speak to seeing red, because when you come across this shot on your computer screen, what's the first thing you see? You're seeing that red boat. So Lynn, great capture, great entry, and thank you for it. Redheads by Linda Hollinger. Look how cool this shot is. I thought this was another fantastic entry with a play on words, if you will, with seeing red. We're not looking at the traditional cherry red or candy apple red, if you will, but the color red hair between the girl in the scene and the horse, and the way the wind is blowing both of their hairs just creates a sense of romance and magic within the shot. And the way the two characters in this, the horse and the female, kind of seem to be engaged with one another in a very subtle way. And I thought this was just a very beautiful, creative shot, portraiture or not, whether this was staged or whether this is someone's family member, not really sure, but I think this is a really beautiful shot. And whoever this young lady is, hopefully somebody who loves her prints this out and puts it on their wall. It's a really great shot. Thank you, Linda, for your entry. Deco Delight by Jane Gottlieb. Well, this is always fun when we take something that originates as a photograph and we run it through post-processing and we come up with something really, really different. And what we have here is the Art Deco type of delivery from the artist, from Jane. So in looking at this, what I liked about it just was so different that I felt like it needed to be within this exhibit. The reds are not as red as I would like them to be, but they're red enough, and the styling of this is really kind of cool. And that vehicle in the shot is just so perfect for the post-processing that was applied to this original photograph. So Jane, great work, and thank you for your entry. Red Turban by Richard P. Stevens. I just love this one too. Very calm, very pretty. Her facial expression looking into the lens is just so peaceful and calm, relaxed. Whether this was a portrait, an intentional portrait, or just something that you, Richard, came across in your travels wherever you're at, I just found this to be a very nice photograph of this beautiful woman. And the red turban certainly was something that made me focus in. The red hair as well brings it all together. So again, thank you so much for your entry. LBN 331 by Jeff Ratino. This is a really amazing stellar shot, astrophotography, I should say, and the use of the red lens or red filter on this I thought was really powerful and really kind of helped bring out the stars and whatever other objects are here, and the different I don't even know what to call this. I don't think that they're clouds, perhaps astronomical gases within the atmosphere. Really great capture. I think, and I'm not an astrophotographer, so I don't know, I'm going to guess here, but I think that by utilizing that red filter, you may be pulling out some of those gases within the atmosphere in doing so. So Jeff, really great work. Thanks for a phenomenal entry. Church Windows by Aphrodite Marisis. This was just a different one, different type of image, and a really interesting. I was confused when I saw the title Church Windows, but I did the two red circles there kind of pulled me in, and then I was realizing that maybe what we're looking at is something from the back end of a church window. So from the outside, this must appear very differently and very artistic for the church itself. But on the interior, this is kind of what we're looking at. But just a different entry, very subtle in its way, with all the other colors that are in those circles so muted that those two red circles really stand out. So that's why I picked that as being part of seeing red. So Aphrodite, thank you very much for your entry. Autumn Beauty by Richard Crumb. Yes, that really is an autumn beauty. I was actually out and about the other day and driving by, and there was a house that had a tree, a red tree, very similar to this one. And what they're just, I guess these are maples, I believe, where they put off this amazing red color, and the leaves stay. They usually hang on towards the very end of fall of the autumn month. Uh, Having these two red trees standing side by side with the beautiful cast of the sky and then the greenery around it, the evergreens behind it to really make it stand out and pop. The time of day, the way the lighting is hitting the trees from the side, giving that side lighting, that cast is just beautiful. So yeah, Richard, thank you for your entry. Isn't it great when we get the right time of day when we're out photographing, whether it be early morning or late in the afternoon, we get that beautiful cast in the sky, really pretty. Higher Ground by Jill Sneidman. Beautiful. I think this might be a iconic church in Iceland. Uh, Very similar to the red boat photograph that we just saw a few minutes ago, but having this very stark type of a landscape, and then in the middle of it, you have this beautiful church with a red roof on it. Obviously, when you're looking around in this landscape, you are seeing red. You're seeing nothing but red for the most part. So, Jill, thank you so much for your entry. Very pretty. Old Timey Baseball by Pamela Nabb. I found this to be very, very awesome because of the story that it tells. The title of it nails it, obviously, but um, having this guy playing baseball, if you would, I guess it is baseball, not softball, uh, wearing the red and all of that stands out, but the story behind it kind of jumps out at me. He's engaged in what he is doing. He's engaged in the game of baseball. He's obviously playing up to the time period of maybe the early 1900s of when baseball, I believe baseball first came to be a sport within the United States and around the world back in the early 1900s. So he's playing that character. So the story comes together with the clothing, and of course that red just pops out against that green background. So Pamela, great capture, great entry. Thank you so much. Flag Study number 7 by David Held. I found this to be interesting. Again, this is in the abstract realm. I do tend to gravitate in that way lately. I feel I do. But I just felt this to be a little bit different. The symmetry of the flags, obviously, I think there was some manipulation going on here in post-production. One image became two, and then they were married together. And I thought that was a really nice entry. So thank you so much, David, for being a part of the show. Appreciate it. Red by Paul Grayson. It's such a cute shot. The passive look on this pretty little pup, just looking out the window, whether he's bored or just being very patient, waiting for his owner, his master, whatever, to come back and move him along. But not only is the cast of whatever the red building or the red neon signs that are casting onto the vehicle, but also that red tone is casting onto the dog's face, and at the same moment that dog seems to have a reddish tone to his hair, his fur as well. So I thought that this was a really cool entry for seeing red. And Paul, I thank you so much for the entry. It's really, really pretty. All right, McGardles in Everyday Life, The Gym by Holly Goodwin. Holly entered a bunch of images that were very similar in nature to this design, and I felt like this one was the most interesting of them to put into the show. I really don't understand the story behind why she was doing these particular shots, and maybe towards the end, if Holly's in the room, we'll have a conversation, but I thought that these were very interesting pieces coming in, and going to the black and white on this particular piece, having a few elements of red that stand out that help pull this piece together. It's an interesting shot. I'm not really sure where the story was going with this, but there's something underlying there that drew me to this as being something that needed to be within the Seeing Red exhibit. And this poor gal pushing along. I don't know what's in those suitcases, whether she's got weights in there or whatever, but she's working hard. So good for her. Thank you, Holly. Great entry. Red Shift Landing by Chris Kuchia. Uh, I thought this was cool in that the silhouette of the whole scene, but with that red sky just bringing it all together. I had to look from the foreground all the way out and then back again. And it was interesting to me that aside from that red sky isolating that plane that's landing in the foreground, it looks like there's a ship that's sinking. So there's a lot going on in here as far as story wise. I was pulled in with the red sky and the isolation of the plane landing into the scene, and I thought that the silhouetting of all of the elements within the frame was done very well. So, Chris, great shot, and thank you so much for your entry. Fishing Boat in Monopoly Harbor by Emily Marie Wilson. Just a beautiful shot. The beautiful bright colors of this uh, just kind of captivated me, and I this could be a very interesting piece in any art collector's area. The redness of the red of the oars and the different elements within the boat that have that bright red color kind of pulled me in, but also up against that pretty blue, that pretty pale blue. Looks a little bit Caribbean to me. I'm not sure where Monopoly Harbor is, but as a fishing boat, very cute, very cool, great capture. Nothing is really lost in the frame from the front to the back, and I thought that this was very well done. A lot of great detail in the wood and all of that. So Emily, thank you very much for your entry. Desire by Theo Skudlark. Very, very well done shot. This, I know Theo entered a few images with this model. She's beautiful, and having the red light cast on her, very nicely done, not overdone, and also having the light just on her and not as part of the background was very well done as well. Her gaze into the lens, very captivating, very seductive, and it's a very pretty shot. And I think that it's very well done for with the model. So a stage shot. So thank you very much, Theo. Great shot. Little Miss Tulip by Nicole Mordecai. How cute is she? And all those field of tulips running around, and she's got a few in her basket. I'm not sure again if this is a stage shot, if this was portrait work that was done by Nicole, but nicely captured. And of course, seeing red for me was the field of red tulips, but having this little girl's face coming back at me, looking at me, saying, "Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see me?" I thought it was kind of cute, and she's really a sweet little girl. And I think it was a nice capture, Nicole. So thank you very much for the entry. Red Reverie #3 by Samantha Tribble. Beautiful shot, another boudoir type photograph. I thought that this was very well done as well. Samantha, I know you also submitted some other pieces with the same model. I found this one to be the most beautiful because of the lighting in this frame. Her looking up with the light coming down from above, casting light and shadow on the drapery around her, and then of course just a very seductive boudoir shot, really nicely done. I felt this was very classy, and that's why I chose it. So thank you, Samantha. In the Moment by Arthur Jacoby. I think this one is a very awesome shot as well. Yeah, we're seeing red here. We're seeing a lot here. We're seeing a great story. We're seeing in the moment. Like if you take that title and you take a look at this photograph, this artist behind the guitar is totally in the moment, and the movement of the artist, it might be a combined of the movement of the guitar player along with the camera, with intentionally moving the camera lens to create this. But it gives off to me, I can almost hear the music that this guitarist is playing, and the red cast to it, I think, adds a lot of drama to the shot. So Artha, great work, and thank you so much for your entry. Harvest by Anna Catherine Hansen. Anna Catherine can't be with us tonight. I know she sent us an email earlier, but I just thought this was really kind of cool. I mean, we're talking about the exhibit is titled Seeing Red. When this comes across your screen, what's the first thing you see? You see red. And the harvest, I believe, must be cranberries or some type of a berry there. But having them in this, again, the bowl with a totally different color, totally different cast. It just makes those berries stand out, and I thought it was just a nice capture. The symmetry of the shot, well balanced within the frame, and I thought very nicely done. So, Anna Catherine, thank you so much for your entry. Fixer Upper by John Blake. Cool shot. I think it might be staged. I'm not sure. But somewhere out there in a field, there's a house, and whether the house is abandoned or not, I don't really know. But having the red light from within coming out of those windows really made me see the red. There's so much going on in this frame, and it's so beautiful in so many ways. With it looks obviously a long exposure because we could see the movement of the clouds in the sky. But also sharp enough where we can pick up the pinpoints of the stars within the sky. But then as I'm looking through all this, what pops out? Those red windows pop out. So I thought this was a really nice entry for seeing red. So thank you, John, for your entry. Happy by Lynn Duran. Yeah, even though I cannot see this young person's face, this child's face, I can just get a sense of happy off of the movement. The body movement just looks really relaxed, really happy, joyful, running, walking, whatever this child is doing. I just get that feeling of happy. And having the red garment around him or her, and the necklaces around the neck, I feel like that just really that pops it as for me. If those colors were muted, I really wouldn't feel happy for me. So I felt that the title went right along with the capture. So Lynn, I thought it was a nice entry, and I thank you for it. Get Out by Raina Soul. Yeah, initially when I first looked at this, I didn't see the word exit along the bottom. And then I started, digging in a little bit and following the lines up and down. I see, oh my goodness, there's an exit sign. And it looks like an ICM shot, intentional camera movement, that Raina did for this shot. And I thought it was a nice capture and a great way for all of us to be seeing red. Red Doors by Don Jacobson. Another good entry for making use of the color red within, just looking around in life, and what do we go out and we photograph? Certain things captivate us. And for Don, obviously, the little bit of textures and the different colors and the, I guess, the wear and tear of these doors captivated him. But those red panels really brought the capture forward for me. So I felt like that was a nice way of seeing red for this exhibit. So Don, great work. Thanks for your entry. Begonia Spinning by David Mann. Really beautiful shot. A lot of I would say skill would go into taking a photograph like this. It's either the camera spinning or the begonia spinning or both, but I'm pretty sure one is spinning and not both. But the begonia spinning could be on a spinning wheel with the camera over it or in front of it. but the different tones of the reds. We go from an orange to a deeper red, and then back out again. The nice shading of the different petals of the begonia as it's spinning, I think creates created some interest for me. And again, I go back to something I said in the very beginning of the presentation, that the center of this begonia, of this capture, it's almost like an eye looking back at me. So the image is seeing me and I'm seeing it. So thank you very much, David, for your entry. Geological layers showing a volcanic and fiery history by Donald Hill. Well, yeah, certainly. Very beautiful shot. I'm not sure exactly where this is. It's a beautiful landscape, and the little red streaks going through it are really beautiful. The leading lines for this coming in from the bottom right, bringing me all the way up and then back down, and then layering back into the frame, kind of captivated me. So I thought that this was worthy of being in our Seeing Red exhibit. Thank you, Donald. Eclipse Mill Lofts Machinery by Suki Hanfling. Really pretty shot. Interesting photograph, really. I'm not sure where one would find such apparatus to photograph, but very cool. And of course, the element of red is in there, and it's the element of red that made this exciting as an image for me, anyway, as the juror for Seeing Red. That one particular ball in the very center that's lit up nice with the red lighting, just is like, I don't know, it's powerful. It's powerful. And there's, I don't know, I guess if you're a chemist, and you might know what you're doing with all this stuff, but maybe this is a little bit out of the scene of Breaking Bad. I'm not sure, but good shot, good use of the color red. And Suki, thank you for your entry. Door County Delight by Richard Crum. Just a clean, simple, quiet photograph. Again, we don't often know what's going to captivate us when we're out in the field with our camera taking photographs, and what we're going to then take into post-processing and make into an art piece. But I felt like this one was done really nicely. The fact that there's two cherry stems and only one cherry, so one fell off, I think was a purpose, or maybe purpose for the shot. But here's that one single cherry just hanging in there, and it's a delight because the lighting is hitting it so beautifully, and I thought that Richard captured it in a very nice way. So thank you, Richard, for your entry. Bodega by Bettina Stamen. Pretty shot, lots of red going on in here, but that upper level red going across the top really brings it in for the Seeing Red exhibit. And I just thought it was an interesting capture. What I liked about this is that Bettina photographed this in a vertical format as opposed to horizontal. Even though the shelving are in a horizontal manner, she went for the vertical shot. And I thought that was really creative and nicely done. Nice sharpness, very pretty. I thought it was a good shot. So thank you, Bettina. Hearts by Jamie Simpson. Again, we were out and about in the world with the things that we run into and the things that we stop and photograph. Hearts on the back of a stop sign. So we stop and we see some love, which is beautiful. So a nice photograph, just simple, clean, and I think it tells a nice, subtle story of love, which is beautiful. So thank you, Jamie. Whispers in Crimson by Sandra Riddle. Really great shot as far as the detail, the textures, the clarity, and photographing. It almost looks like these petals are nearing their end of life, but Sandra gave them new life by photographing them and also adding the right post-production to it by vignetting the outer edges of the frame, leaving the lighting and the detail on the interior of the frame nice and sharp and very pretty. I thought was nicely handled and very professionally done. So Sandra, really great work. Thank you so much for your entry. Nana Se Kofi by Bright Contour Osei. Again, just a nice shot of street life, if you will. A young man working, doing some shoe work, or I guess repairing some shoe work, some shoes in whatever country he's in. But look at his nice, happy face. You know, he's just very peaceful, happy at doing what he's doing, and the red shirt that sets it all apart. The rest of the frame, there's a lot going on in the frame, but my eye is drawn to him and his peaceful gaze back at me, and the red shirt that he's wearing. So thank you so much, Bright, for your image. Really beautiful. Consumed by Harold. I'm sorry. Consumed by Harold Nadown. Really great, I believe, composite work here. We've looks like we've got multiple frames with multiple images layered in there. And I thought that was nice work. Consumed, having the face of the portrait of the young woman within the burning frame, obviously speaks to the title of Consumed. I thought this was very creative and a pretty strong entry for our Seeing Red exhibit. Thank you, Harold. Texaco by Dawn Riley. Always fun to run into old relics out in the world when we're walking around with our camera. I know Dawn shoots a lot of film, so I'm wondering if this might be film. But the old gasoline pump, the old Red Chief, the Texaco, right? I remember them from my youth, so I don't want to age myself too much. But yeah, good shot, great shot. You know, again, having this vertical presentation, having the pump standing tall next to the door in red, standing tall, standing vertically, I felt was a really nice capture. I thought that the framing of this, I guess it must be a pavilion or something over the top, like some sort of a roof, and having that structure that's holding it up kind of frame the door, and the Texaco pump kind of added to the image. So I liked it a lot. So Dawn, thank you so much for your entry. Crimson Silence by Holly April Harris. Just a nice, pretty shot. Evening, I'm assuming. Can't really tell evening or morning, but obviously it's one of those hours, early morning or late early evening. The beautiful sky casting the red onto the lake just offered something very magical for the photographer at this particular moment. So Holly, thank you for stopping to snap that shot. Great work. Smoky Red by Chris Flood Aquino. Again, great shot with the use of backlighting, side lighting, using smoke, and then having a cast of the red onto it. Whether the light itself had a red film on it, or you did that in post production, I'm not sure. But I thought that the having the red here in the smoky area really added to the mystery and the story that was within this frame. This young guy enjoying his smoke for sure, and captivated, I guess, by the red around him. So nice work, Chris. I appreciate the entry. Gathering Pollen by Susan Finn. Really great lighting for me on this one. The leading line of the stem coming in from the bottom right all the way in pulls me to the flower, and then that beautiful red flower, and then that nice, gentle butterfly on the flower collecting pollen. But the pretty lighting that was coming behind the wings of the butterfly or the moth, I thought was added a nice touch to the frame. I thought this was a nice capture, and I thought it was worthy of being part of our Seeing Red exhibit. So, Susan, thank you for being a part of it. Thank you. Fireworks Metal by Shirley Day. Beautiful floral item here, something I've never seen before, like whatever type of flower this is. And I thought that the capture of this was, again, very well done, isolating the red from whatever's going on in the background. A lot of times when we're photographing floral work, there's a lot of busyness, whether it be other foliage or grasses or things of that nature. But you, Shirley, you isolated the red, you isolated the petals of the flower, And I thought this was really nicely done. And of course, we've got some nice red in there. So thank you so much. Frosted by Caleb Bryan. Another beautiful piece, similar to the cherry that we had earlier, but we have this one isolated red, whatever it is, whether it be cranberry. I'm not sure what kind of a berry this is, but first of all, the clarity of it is really, really good. Seeing the clarity of the crystals around the berry, the frosted berry, I think are phenomenal. Really adds a magical touch to it, and it does add to that frosty feel of those berries. And yes, I'm seeing red when I look at this shot. So Caleb, great work, and thank you for your entry. Radial Red Stripes by Robert Salantz. Yeah, very pretty. This is, again, so many leading lines, bringing me in, looking around. I keep coming in and out. Just nice, nice photography here, and a different perspective of, again, we're walking around. Why are we photographing the back of something? Because the artist here, Robert, he saw something very different, and it was, obviously the textures, the symmetry of the lines. I think it was just, again, it just is always interesting to me what stops photographers in their tracks to snap a shot and then place it in for an open call. Again, just really great gutsy work and a nice shot. Clear shot. Thank you, Robert. Hose number 2 by David Noss. Another interesting scene. We get out in the world and we get an opportunity to see different things, and we stop and we snap the shot. And this is an intricate shot of some fire department equipment, obviously antique, but really nicely done. It's in great focus and detail from front to back, and there's a lot of great stuff going on within this frame. It's something that you could sit and stare at for quite a while, and I did, and I loved it, and I felt like it really deserved to be in the show. There's a lot of good red elements all throughout it, and something that if you get an opportunity to come back and rewatch the show, take a look at this shot in greater detail. It's really, really wonderful. David, thank you for your entry. The Kid by Bridget Mertz. Again, let's take a look at just a street shot here, but this young boy wearing the red hoodie, hanging out, doing whatever he's doing in on the street, just captivating, and just a nice little story. He's involved in whatever it is, and he's doing his thing. He's hanging out. He's wearing his red hoodie, and he's a happy little guy. So, thanks again, Bridget, for a nice entry. TWA Terminal by Mike McLaughlin. I've been to the TWA Terminal in JFK, John F. Kennedy International Airport. This hallway is photographed an awful lot, and I've photographed it myself. One of the most difficult parts about photographing this, and I think Mike did a phenomenal job here, is balancing the lines in this hallway so that they're nice and even and centered through the shot, bringing your eyeballs in. The other thing that's very challenging about this hallway is it very rarely is free of pedestrians. So Mike, I'm sure you waited a good long time to get this shot, and I think it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. So thank you very much. Nice work. Lake Superior Dawn by William Gillis Jr. Pretty shot. Again, having that land piece silhouetted, but it's just so peaceful coming into this shot, into this scene that I'm seeing. I could kind of see myself sitting on the shoreline here, looking out as the sun is rising in the morning and watching the sky just light up, create these beautiful casts on the water, and having the land masses out there silhouetted, and the way the land masses go from large to small, from left to right, it just pulls me back and forth. The lines in the sky, the pretty water, a little bit of a shimmer on the water. I felt was was just really captivating for me. So, William, thank you for your entry. Pretty, pretty photograph. No Vacancy by Jane Erlinson. Cool shot. Here we are going along down some lonesome road, and we come across a motel that has no vacancy. Very interesting. The red here pops out, of course, against the dark background and the other white lights that are illuminating the rest of the building. But I felt like this was a nice entry for our Seeing Red. Thank you, Jane. I think this was a lot of fun. Good story here. One DNA, The Strength Within by Tina Eanes. Uh, I like this a lot. I, I believe this is a model, obviously stage photograph, studio work, but the DNA element, if you look at the ribbons that are around the model, they do look like the strings of DNA. And the strength within is her. She is the strength, wearing that powerful red color. I thought this was a really fun entry. And again, having that blue background to kind of isolate the red from the background, I thought was well done. So nice work, nice studio work, Tina. Appreciate it. Tapestry by Lee Williams. Another beautiful foliage type shot. Having the clarity within the leaves, within the frame, just a lot to look at. But I could also see this, the title of this is Tapestry. And in my mind, I could see this as a tapestry on a wall in a nice restaurant or something really cool. I thought this was a really beautiful photograph. And of course, we've got a good amount of red within the frame. So thank you, Lee. Appreciate it. Nice entry. Thank you. Cardinal in Snow by Ingrid Hahn. Well, what would Seeing Red exhibit be without a beautiful red cardinal? Look at this beautiful guy. Nice shot. Once again, when we're dealing with wildlife, animals, birds, etc., we want to have clarity in there. In this case, the feathers, the eyes, the beak, and all of that. So this was done very nicely. There's nothing else to see in this frame but that big, beautiful red cardinal. Is very magnificent. So great shot, Ingrid, and I'm really happy that you entered this into our exhibit. What I loved about this shot, obviously, it's very creative. We're looking at what I believe is an element of ICM combined with a stage photograph with a model and this skeleton, okay? And by utilizing the use of the movement of the camera really does give the illusion of this person dancing with the devil. So I felt that this was really creative and just a lot of fun. Great story behind it as well. So I think we're good to go. I'm going to move forward. Okay, and now we're up to Tom. And as I was saying, which I laughed, but you guys didn't hear me, I hope Tom is hiding because next week he may not be around. But poor little Tom. But yes, when it comes to Seeing Red, I am definitely seeing Tom. I happen to think that turkeys have the most ugly faces, but this is just a really nice capture. And again, what I like about this, Kara, beautiful job with not centering the face of the turkey in the middle of the frame. It gives me a sense of space, a sense of interest, and the detail within the turkey's face, the eyes, the beak, and all of that whatever going on in that turkey is quite interesting. So I thought this was a fun entry for Seeing Red. So Kara, thank you very much for your entry. And now we are here with Red Velvet by Ingrid Hahn. Beautiful photograph of in floral, great detail. The petals of the flower provide lots of leading lines, taking me into the stamen of the flower, the middle, which is the bright yellow there. But the fact that the entire frame is red, I think really speaks to Seeing Red. So I really thought this was a beautiful shot and needed to be part of the exhibit. So Ingrid, thank you for your entry. And here we are. So we didn't really go too fast, Jessica. We're right about on time. So how would you like to say a few words, Jess?
Well, thank you for inviting me into this. Oh my goodness, these scenes are so unique and just quite lovely. I love themed shows like this because you just never know what's around the next frame, basically.
Yeah,
And the pops of red, the usage of red within the scenes, the textures. I mean, there's so many scenes that I've just been talking about the textures as fast as I can. But just quite wonderful all around. And this is such a dynamic show, and you guys are all winners in my eyes. And it's unbelievable.
yeah.
And so many scenes too that as a photographer, I wouldn't stop and take, or I wouldn't see it the same way. And it's quite interesting to see what you guys see and how you see it. So thank you for entering and being a part of this Seeing Red exhibit.
Mm.
We all want to know who wins, right?
Yeah, we do. Jessica, you just touched on something that I was really trying to say in the very beginning, and I was kind of tongue-tied, but
That's why I'm here.
I feel like everyone is a winner.
Agreed.
Again, having the guts and the to get out there, bring your work out, enter a competition, and have some fun with it. I think we were having some fun tonight. I know I had a good time. Um, yeah, I just think everybody's a winner, regardless of awards or no awards. At sometimes
Agreed.
I'm just like, take the awards, throw them away, and let's say, here I am. I'm in this show, and it was a great show. So thanks everybody for being a part of it. Appreciate it. All right, so shall we move forward with the awards?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go to honorable mention. TWA Terminal by Mike McLaughlin. And again, if you any of you artists are in the room with us tonight, feel free, if you are called upon with an award, to jump in and say a few words about your work. But what I had mentioned earlier, to get this photograph at the TWA Terminal and have it in such great precision, and Mike is a very precise photographer. If you know any of his work, it's really very clean, a lot of precision that goes into his work. But to be able to photograph this particular tunnel with no pedestrians is you kind of have to stick around and wait for that. So
You must know somebody, I think. No, honestly, overall, this is such a great capture. I mean, the lighting itself, the leading lines, that red floor, all of it just pulls you down into that hallway there. And it really is such a great capture. I didn't see him well, I should say I didn't see him on in today's reception. He probably couldn't make it.
okay.
Quite lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, there's a message. Or he got up at 3:30 in the morning to go get this. You never know.
You never know. You
We
never
all have
know.
goals, and we got to get them somehow.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my goodness! But yeah, this is well done. Such a great capture. So
Yeah. All right. Great. Thank you.
thank you, Mike.
And this is another honorable mention. This goes to Lynn Duran for Happy. Lynn, if you're in the room, please unmute yourself and say.
I believe she is. If you feel like joining us, Lynn, just unmute and jump on in. But oh my goodness, I feel the energy in this photo, and to have the red stripes within that fabric, it just adds. And then the beads, like he's just doing his thing, which is great.
Yeah.
Lynn, would you like to join us? I think I saw you on. Let me just double check. I don't know if I can. Hold on. Wait, what's happening? Now I'm having technical difficulties. All right, maybe Lynn is no longer with us. No, Lynn, I see you. Do you want to chat? You can message me quick if you don't. I don't know. I don't even know how to. I don't know.
Right.
Okay, it's okay. We'll move on.
Lynn might be shy.
It's okay. All good.
Thank you for your entry, Lynn, and congratulations.
Yay, congrats.
All right, so now we're on to third, second, and first place for Seeing Red. Third place is going to Red by Paul Grayson. Paul, if you're on the Zoom meeting, please unmute yourself. Say a few words.
Hi, yeah.
Hi, is that your puppy?
No, I was in another vehicle on the strip in Las Vegas, and I just took it in passing. But anyway, good morning from Paris.
Oh, good
Ooh,
morning.
lovely. Well, I hope you have a lovely day ahead of you.
Well, thank you, and thank you for all you're doing. And all congratulations on getting back online.
Yes,
Thank
we're
you.
able to save the show.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Well, I absolutely love this scene. One, I am such a sucker for little pitties. But also just the absolute lines in this, the reflection of those lights in the vehicle itself. It really just is so interesting and such a great abstract scene. And then I feel like I realized that the dog's there staring at you, and it's also a red pit. So that's a pretty cool moment to have. Well done.
Yeah. Paul, did you want to say a few words?
Yeah, I was just touched by the expression of the dog. He seemed so wistful, and I really wondered what he was thinking. But it's Las Vegas. You see such strange things every night.
You sure do.
Very true.
Well, it was a cute shot, and really, really cute shot. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go into second place now.
Excellent.
Lake Superior Dawn by William Gillis Jr. As I said, there was something very peaceful about this that captured me, and I just thought it was very pretty, very beautiful. I love the panoramic styling of this image, and I don't know, I just felt it was worthy of an award. So I'm not sure if Bill is on the Zoom with us.
Yep, I'm here.
Hey, Bill.
Fantastic. Hello.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Well,
Congratulations.
thank you.
How would you like to say a few words about this beautiful photograph?
Well, it's before the sun rises, of course, and it's taken about 20 miles south of Grand Marais, Minnesota, if you happen to know where that is. We're about, I don't know, 75, 80 miles from the Canadian border.
Mm.
It just, you get lucky. I say it's luck when you're standing on a cliff, hoping you get a beautiful sunrise or a beautiful sunset.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when I like to shoot, and it just happened to come out right.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful. I really do. I think this would be a nice photo over somebody's sofa.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done. It's beautiful.
Thank
It's calming. It's very soothing.
Really, really pretty. Thank you.
Thank you for featuring it.
You're welcome. All right, kids, we're going to first place.
Dun, dun, dun.
Da-da-da.
Drum roll.
In the Moment by Arthur Jacoby.
Oh my
I hope
goodness.
he's in the room, but this to me really was seeing red. I mean, this image, just very powerful.
Nice.
As I said earlier with my commentary, is Arthur in the room? In the Zoom room?
I didn't see him.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
There was a time where I used to play guitar. I have them
Sweet.
sitting in my office. I don't really play
Yeah.
them anymore, but there's a power that goes into playing a musical instrument and a passion, and I felt like this image really brought both of those things forward. And then, of course, having the movement of the camera along with the artist, the guitar plays, the guitars, just really became such a creative and beautiful photograph that, and that's why I chose it as first place. So I'm just bummed out that Arthur's not in the room. I would have loved to talk to him about this photograph.
Agreed. I do. I love the motion in this. It's almost like you feel like you're there listening to the music. He's so in that moment, right? It's
Yeah,
such a great capture.
look at his face. Look at the artist's face.
He's just in it. It's great.
Totally in it, and it's and that power, like the vigorousness of the motion that's within the scene is just it's awesome.
Yeah, my eyes, they keep going back to his fingers on the strings there. It's like, how fast is he moving? It's
Yeah,
really cool.
yeah, very, very cool.
Lovely capture.
Very, very cool.
Oh my goodness.
Very cool. All right. Well, obviously, folks, all of the art is available for purchase. contact us at Photo Art Pavilion if you have a desire. You can also take a harder look, a closer look on your own time by going to photoartpavilion.com/seeing-red-photo-exhibit. You see the link there on the bottom of the screen. All of these images are up there on our website for you to look through and enjoy on your own time. So we hope that you do that. You do take the time to take a look and see the work a little bit more closely without me blabbing over every image.
We want to hear you. It's all good.
But again, congratulations to everyone. Thank you all for being with us. Anyone that's entered, again, congratulations for being a part of this. And keep getting your work out there. Keep entering open calls. That's how you grow. And also attend the exhibits, because that's how you learn, by hearing others speak about photography and their stylings and the work that they do to get the images the way they get them to show up for virtual exhibits and so on. So I really do hope that you enjoyed tonight's selection. And again, the link is on the bottom there if you get an opportunity to take a look on your own time.
Yes.
And I thank you very much. And Jessica and I hope to see you at the next exhibit, the next virtual. We've got a bunch of them coming
They're coming. We have the whole lineup, and we're working on getting it ready for you guys. So stay tuned.
Yeah, our 2026 lineup is will be up on the website shortly, and we've got some really interesting themes for you to explore.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Have a great evening, and we hope to catch you in the very near future. And until then, wishing you all a very, very, very happy Thanksgiving. And if we don't get to talk to you or see you before then, enjoy your holiday season, Christmas, Hanukkah, etc., whatever you celebrate.
Excellent. Thank you, everyone, for your time and energy in this. This is amazing.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
Joanne, for running through the entire show. Appreciate it.
Stopping, starting, going.
We got it. It's all good.
All right, everybody. Have a great night.
Bye, everyone.
Good night. Thanks for coming in from Paris, Paul.
Yeah. Good night.